The shift from the Rigvedic to the Later Vedic period represents a specific, measurable hardening of Indian social structures. Over several centuries, the fluid dynamics of early Vedic life systematically locked into rigid, segmented hierarchies. This transformation occurred along two primary axes: the intensification of patriarchal control within the family, and the transition of the varna system from a flexible occupational grouping into a strict birth-based social hierarchy. Analyzing the structural transition identifies the specific internal logic that would govern Indian social organization for the following centuries. In the Rigvedic period, while the society was patriarchal, women maintained equal rights in several high-level public spheres. Women were active participants in popular assemblies like the Sabha and Samiti, giving them a direct role in political life. This participation extended to spiritual life, where women had the recognized right to read the Vedas and pursue intellectual development. The Rig Veda documents several prominent female scholars and poets, including Apala, Visvavara, Ghosha, and Lopamudra. Records show that both Apala and Visvavara performed yajnas, the sacred fire rituals that required high spiritual status. However, in the later Vedic period, these rights were systematically withdrawn. Women were no longer permitted to attend political assemblies. New texts from this era institutionalized female subordination. The Aitayariya Brahmana characterizes a daughter's birth as a, quote, source of misery, and defines a good woman by her submissiveness and refusal to challenge male authority. Intellectual exceptions did exist. The female saint Gargi is famously recorded defeating the sage Yagnavalkya in a philosophical debate. But for most women, the later Vedic era resulted in the loss of systemic political and social power, moving them into a subordinate rank within the hierarchy. The shift in marriage customs offers a metric for this declining status. In the Rigvedic period, monogamy was the general social norm. Polygamy was practiced, but it was largely restricted to royal or noble households. This chart compares child marriage and sati. In early Rigvedic records, child marriage does not appear. Similarly, there is no evidence of sati. By the later Vedic period, the data changes. Child marriage enters the historical record as allowed, transitioning to a common practice. During this same period, we see the first documented instances of sati emerging. These shifts suggest that marriage customs were being utilized to exert greater control over the lifespans and choices of women. The social structure also underwent a fundamental change. The Aryans initially distinguished themselves from native populations based on physical appearance. This led to the use of the term varna, which literally translates to color. The native dasa or dasyus were subjugated by the Aryans and placed into the Shudra class. This Purusha concept provided a fourfold theoretical map for society. Brahmins, or priests, were associated with the mouth, and Kshatriya warriors with the arms. The Vaishya commoners were associated with the legs, and Shudras with the feet. In the Rigvedic period, this varna system was defined by occupation rather than ancestry. The system remained fluid. A person born into a Vaishya family could choose to become a Kshatriya through their profession. In the later Vedic period, this fluidity was eliminated. The varna system was now locked based strictly on birthright. This meant social mobility was no longer possible. A Kshatriya son was required to be a Kshatriya, and a Brahmin son a Brahmin. By replacing professional choice with hereditary lineage, the later Vedic period established a social structure defined by birth rather than merit. The later Vedic period is marked by a broad shift from social mobility to social stasis. Women were transitioned from active public and spiritual participants to a state of domestic subordination. Simultaneously, the flexible occupational categories of the early era were frozen into a birth-based caste hierarchy. The evolution of primary texts like the Rigveda and the Aitayariya Brahmana provides the historical proof of this societal hardening. This transition from fluidity to hierarchy establishes the foundational framework for understanding ancient Indian social history.